This is the Hog Central Podcast, sponsored by Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app. Bet with the brand you trust. Bet with Oaklawn Sports. And now, here's your host, Steve Sullivan.
Welcome to the Hog Central Podcast. Pleasure to be alongside former Razorback team captain David Basil, Broyles Award, and many more things. Little Rock Touchdown Club. Great program today with two former Razorback greats. Don't get any better than Marvelous, Madre Hill, and Anthony Lucas.
You covered one of them in high school at Malvern. Was a super guy, and people don't realize they played together.
Yeah, that's
they
right.
They think there's a separation, but they both were actually signed in '94 under Danny Ford. In '95, Madre's the All-SEC, running back, sets the school record, gets hurt at the end of that year, misses 2 years, struggles to get back to '98 when the special year.
Two records that probably never will be broken. 45 carries and 6 touchdowns in a game.
Yeah.
Let's take Anthony Lucas, Tallulah, Louisiana.
Yep.
Will we see a kid from another state come in and now stay in Arkansas? And I'm thinking of Taylon Green. He's forged a relationship with Frank Fletcher, and I noticed he was fronting something for Northwest Arkansas business this week. He has some ties to Arkansas. Do you think he could possibly land in Arkansas?
Could. I think so. I mean, I'm not sure. I'm trying to think what town he's from in Texas, but sure. I mean, when you've got name recognition, it's smart to do. But, yeah, that's a great example. Madre was talking about keeping kids here in the state. You got to, and then, but we point out, then you got to have the Clint Sterners, and the and Anthony Lucases and those. So he could. I think Taylor could do that.
All right, let's talk about Hunter Yurchek. You mentioned him last night. We haven't heard from him lately.
Yeah, I think he's he's busy looking for a coach, and be interesting to see what happens. Let me just can we just throw something out there?
Yeah.
What happens if we beat LSU? What happens if we play Texas to the end and we come back and beat?
I have no idea where they're at the search. You hear people on X or whatever saying today they've got their man and they're going to announce it Missouri week. And...
I don't know. I don't think. I don't. Can I tell you? I don't think most of that's true. I think it's just people throwing out there thinking they have the right answer.
Yeah, you would think if it's one of those bigger names that they'd want to take the job early, because the signing day is December 3rd.
Are you still coaching?
No, if you're not coaching. The guys
if you're not, who's not coaching?
Gruden and Franklin.
So you got two.
Yeah, those guys would want to take it early.
So I think Franklin has his choice. He's looking around. He's trying to make up his mind.
Signing day is signing period is December 3rd.
Sooner the better.
Yeah,
you bet.
But if you're one of those guys at a North Texas or Tulane, your recruiting class could be your current roster, like Indiana guy did with James Madison.
Are you afraid if you're Hunter Yurchek to make the move too soon and you beat LSU and you beat
I don't
Missouri?
think so.
Think so?
No. Although I will say this about Bobby Petrino. I watched his press conference today, and he is totally at ease. Now think about this. When he took the job, we viewed it as an audition. He fired basically the entire defensive staff. He changed practices, and they've gone 0-4.
Yeah. Which the odds are nothing will change. Yes.
Yeah, but
never know. It's in the mix.
Yeah, but I get a sense of peace with him.
Yeah,
just the way
so
he
too.
said all the right things again today at today's press
he's
conference.
Done a good job. Yeah. Other than
maybe he knows what's going on. Maybe he knows either he's getting the job, or he's got a good chance of getting the job, or they've already worked out a deal with someone else.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't know. I'm so fatigued from it, Sully.
Yeah.
We've done this 6 years of the last 20 years, 6 times in 20 years. It's like I don't even know. It's just almost like, just get us a coach who can win. Just, get us a coach who can win and raise some money.
Yeah, I know they do watch social media, and I think there's a definite support out there for Petrino.
Yeah, today Madre Hill was very supportive. I just don't know. I don't know how the big money lies in
That's
that.
Right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's big in this.
Yeah.
It's a guy who can activate the money. And I don't know if James Franklin, maybe with the resume and being at Penn State, could get into those conversations with those people. But that's going to be key, too. You got to have some guy that's got an electric personality that can come in there and,
But I'll tell you,
excite a
Sully,
fan
it's
base.
still, if you look at the candidates, they're all, to a certain degree, a roll of the dice if you look at the standard.
Yeah.
Unless there's a coach out there we're not seeing that's at a current
I think he'd have to be an assistant coach. Because
I just don't know if he'll do that again. You think we'll do that after hiring an assistant coach?
I don't know. He'd have to be a really high
like Kirby
guy.
Smart,
Yeah.
like a Will Stein.
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah. Will Stein may have a shot. The guy that already has a name. You've helped develop the names at the Burroughs Award, which helps those guys become more viable.
Yeah.
You're rolling the dice either way.
Hey, you saw what Alex Golish did. His South Florida team beat UTSA, Jeff Traylor, who had beat Tulane. They beat him like a drum.
Yeah.
I mean, beat him about 40-10 at halftime. So
yeah, and Traylor went out and said, that they're paying their players far more than us, and you don't want a guy like that at Arkansas because, what did Anthony Lucas say today? They have enough money up there.
What he said.
Yeah,
I don't know if we do or not, Sally. I can't. I don't even know.
Okay, we got the boot this week.
Yeah,
that was a time when we go back that athletic director actually had a relationship with you. Talk about that, with how this boot came about and how you got Coach Burroughs to listen to you.
Yeah, I'd done the Burroughs Award. Coach Burroughs was impressed and said, David, if you got any other ideas, bring them to me and we'll talk about them. So I brought him maybe, back then, not many trophy games in the league. Said, how about we do one? LSU had DiNardo as a coach. They were terrible. We were terrible. I thought, well, maybe one of these days we might be both back. So let's create we didn't have any historical piece of, item that we could use. So let's build this big gaudy, trophy, split the cost $10,000, and then, and it developed over time into some good games. So, those after Thanksgiving games were great games that were maybe some of the most enjoyable games we've ever had as Razorback fans.
I think they lead the rivalry 18-7, 18-9.
This game, by the way, so one of the reasons I picked LSU because the rivalry goes back to the early 1900s. I mean, you had Clyde Smackover-Scott in the Ice Bowl versus Y.A. Tittle. I mean, you had some, their first Tiger came from the Little Rock Zoo in 1935. I mean, there were a lot of, they knocked us, they kept us from winning a second national championship, remember?
Yeah.
They stopped the winning streak at the Cotton Bowl in 65. So there were some interesting tie-ins, and we was going back and forth there for a while. And in the last 10 years, obviously, we can't beat anybody. So.
Hey, think of our 9 wins. How many of them have been memorable? Petrino's been involved in 2, the Miracle on Markham 2,
1 and 2.
And the We Didn't Come to Paint.
Yeah.
You got Miracle on Markham 1.
Houston Nut. Yeah.
You got the We Brought the Wood.
Brought the Wood. We got the that was the overtime game, and then you had the Brett Bielema run them out of the stadium at a halftime game. That was great.
And a memorable loss was Darren McFadden, the great Mike Nail call. We lost Mike Nail. Yeah. That was an epic call.
One of my favorite calls of all time, and we lose that game. But you also remember Houston Nutt's first year. We were talking to Madre and Anthony about this. In '98, we lost to Tennessee, lost to Mississippi State, kicked us out, and then we go back. We destroyed LSU 44-14. Nobody remembers that.
Yeah,
because it just didn't matter at that point.
I think this will be the 3rd game since 2008 that both teams are unranked, which says something about LSU's.
Yeah. Also,
they've been really good over the past 20 years.
Also, I think it's a record that's never been done before. You had 2 interim coaches in the league coaching against each other. I think that's what I heard.
Hey, and this helps it playing for trophy. They're playing for something. These teams won't be going to bowl games.
Yeah, I wonder, Sully, as times change, who on the Arkansas Razorbacks team cares?
Well, Bobby Petrino should at least.
No, he does. I know he does.
Twice. Although the media up there they really didn't bring up the boot at all today.
Yeah. Do we have any LSU tie-ins up there?
I don't think so.
Yeah, nobody knows. Got a bunch of one-year guys up there. They don't care. They don't. Yeah, the coach does.
Yeah.
Yeah, the coach does, but the rest of them don't care.
Yeah.
Listen, these guys don't care about anything. The only guys that care are the guys from Arkansas. They care. They know.
Yeah.
But all these other guys, they're hired assassins. They come in, get their money, and get out. So
I talked to the Bryant coach on Friday, and he has a kid at Kennesaw State, and he said Arkansas didn't even look at him. And he said he's tearing it up at Kennesaw State as a freshman. He's going to end up somewhere, as a junior.
Well, maybe that's the right thing.
Playing against Arkansas.
Or does Arkansas go after him now that they didn't offer him?
Yeah, I think it may be too late now.
Is it not about money?
Yeah, it wasn't about money. He said he may even stay at Kennesaw State.
He said about now, so money couldn't get him?
Yeah, I think he is but he was really disappointed where a player he recommended off a.
This is the Bryant coach?
Yeah.
How in the heck does that happen?
Yeah, it didn't even get a look.
So who was that a Coach Pittman responsibility?
Yeah.
That's a fumble.
Yeah, an in-state kid. You would think with 100 guys on scholarship now that you maybe use the back end of those 90 to 100 with Arkansas kids.
So the story was, Sully, that just, hearsay, that the U of A staff was tired of spending money on Arkansas kids that did not deliver.
Yeah.
kid out of Pine Bluff goes to Missouri. Everybody, pays him all the money. I can't think of his name. He goes to Missouri. It doesn't do much. Comes down here, doesn't do much. So their thought is, why pay all these kids on the front end when we don't know that they're going to produce, and we'll just catch them the second time around? I don't know. I mean, that's one way of looking at it.
Yeah, then you got players like the Morgans.
I know.
They're undervalued.
Listen, you don't reckon we need more of those?
Yeah.
I'd almost rather have some of those, to be quite honest with you, Sully.
Yeah.
Listen, here's the deal. I know that we have players on defense that we're paying 6 stupid figures to, and they shouldn't be on the field making anything.
Yeah.
They're at times so bad. I'm not, again, nothing negative, just being honest. They're getting paid money way more than their value is worth. And then I see some players who get out there and that are third string and get probably paid $10,000, $15,000 a year, and they're out there playing better football. So, I don't know. It's crazy the way the system is. You get paid no matter what, even if you're lousy and you're one of the worst in the country. It's the way the system's set up. It's just nuts.
Yeah. What do you expect these last 3 weeks?
I don't know. You don't know. You're sort of you'd like to think that they go out there and play well. You're playing. Bobby Petrino spelled it out. You're playing for more money. Yeah. First of all, you're getting paid. You're getting paid. Play because you're getting paid. You're getting paid. T. You're getting paid. Play. Good Lord, that should be all the motivation. You're getting paid to play. The other is that. Maybe you're playing for that NFL ranking. You're playing to get a transfer portal opportunity. So they're on tape. So you want to go. Listen, what you don't want to do is go in there and look bad, because scratch that guy. Listen, I saw you, kid. We're not interested in you.
He did talk about Taylor Green today and his progression as quarterback, and if he was NFL ready. And he said one thing he's got to work on. He said he's been a little greedy at quarterback, where he's taking the options downfield when he should take the safer options, in the flat or the easy completions. Yeah. And he said that's something he's still got to work on, but he thinks he's progressed in a big way this year.
Yeah, I think, too, going back to that, sometimes, Sully, again, when you don't have success, you get frustrated with not being able to run the ball, that maybe you feel like you need a chunk play, and maybe you feel like that's needed, and you do that, and you force it. So.
Hunter Yurachek, what do you think where he's at? And I don't think it makes any difference in the coaching search, because once you sign that contract, you don't care who is the athletic director.
Yeah, I think if the fans had a vote, I think they'd want him out. But I think he's got enough board support and enough money support, nothing's going to happen. So here's the deal. I just hope we don't, I'm just glad we got boosters who don't mind paying $10, $20 million a buyout. All these athletic directors around the country that are doing these contracts that are guaranteed to pay $10, $20, $50 million, hey, that's what it is. But I hope he does a good job. I hope he finds us a good coach. And the search committee, I'm aware there's a search committee of 4 or 5 guys, and which is good. That's smart to do for Hunter to do that. So so I don't know, Sully. It's a roll of the dice, man. I don't think there's any. The only one out there, Sully, that that is won at this level is James Franklin. Who else out there? All these other guys are
that's
smaller
right.
college guys.
Yeah.
And
you're judged as athletic
or
director.
John Gruden, he's a
not by what you do, it's by what you say. And he did some damage at the Little Rock Touchdown Club, and I'm surprised he hasn't been more out front here with the search. Just as giving an update or something.
I don't know if it does any good, Sully. I don't know if it benefits him any. You can't really say anything, and all it does is create angst. So, listen, the one thing he hasn't done well is say the right thing. So maybe it's good that he doesn't say anything. Maybe if I was him, he's not showing up at the press conferences, I would do the same thing. He needs to be incognito and find a good coach. So
he's turned this page to girls basketball, women's basketball.
I saw that, and men's basketball. I don't blame him. Yeah. Well, listen, if he can get a Calipari, let's go get him. Go get him from football.
Yeah, the longer they go by not naming a coach, do you think it is more they're leaning toward one of those younger guys or an assistant coach?
I don't know, Sully. I just think those younger guys have options. I think those younger guys they're not in any hurry right now. I mean, I think we've got some more days.
Yeah, but if you're a guy and you can lock up that that job in the SEC for $8 million or
what are we week 8, 9?
We're week 9. There's
week
3
9.
games
So
to go. Week 10. There's 3 weeks to go.
I still think that's a little early. I still think if I'm one of those coaches, I still could wait. There's no value to me.
Yeah, but what if you start losing now? The shine goes off some of these players.
Can I tell you, that's why if I'm Arkansas, I don't want to hire somebody too early. What happens if you hire somebody and all of a sudden he loses, the next 2 gets drubbed?
Yeah.
So I'm almost like, let's just wait right until the
Yeah.
to the signings time for high schools. But look at some of the guys that started losing a couple of games.
Yeah,
You're like,
just think if you're one of those young coaches and you're not only coaching for your school, but you're coaching for your future.
Yeah.
You can set your life. This is life-changing money.
yeah,
So I think if you get the offer, if you're a Eric Morris or Summerall, if you get an offer from Auburn, and I say you got to lock it up and take the money.
Basil has his coffee. He's got plenty of room. He could go all the way to the copier!
Could you not do that today?
Bro, I'm sorry. It's football season. I'm just fired up.
Maybe channel that energy somewhere else, like the Oakland Sports app.
Focus on wagering. I like it. He surveys the app. He calls an audible. He's taking the Cowboys +3. What a bold move! Download Oakland Sports and bet all season long with the best sports betting app in Arkansas.
If someone's willing to make that offer that early.
yeah. I mean, it's certainly a strategy,
But no one's moved so far.
And also, too, there is some loyalty to those schools that you're coaching at. That's real easy for us to dismiss. Those people are connected. They want to finish the season. They want to get to their 9 wins or 10 wins. Can they get to the playoffs?
Yeah.
Some of those guys are long shots, but still in the mix.
So do you think John Gruden is still in play?
I don't know. I don't think our group I don't know. Can I tell you, at this point, there should be nobody they shouldn't call. Call John Gruden. I'll call all of them. I mean, why not? You call Cal. Call John Gruden. What if John Gruden's the only one left? I think John Gruden could come in and raise some money. Listen, I know him as well as I know the other guys. You know, the dude's coached in the NFL. I know that people look at his record. Well, he's won a Super Bowl. He's won 10 wins multiple times in the league, and so. So I don't care if it's John Gruden or not, but I mean, there's nobody I'm not willing to call, Sully, at all. Make all the calls. Make as many calls as you can. Give that selection committee a chance to talk to all of them and get a feel for it.
Would you be excited about James Franklin?
Yeah, I would. He's won. He knows the SEC. He knows big-time football.
You think he's a guy who would be able to get a conversation with some of the big money?
No question.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a talker.
I think that's a must for the job.
I've met him in person over the years, and he's a sharp guy. He's a sharp guy. He just got, for whatever reason, again, they were in the playoffs last year.
Yeah, he had a great run at Penn State.
Had a chance for a national championship, and then you saw the team that played Indiana Saturday. That was the team we expected. I don't know what happened. So, yeah, I like him. I think he's a good coach and been there, done that. There's nobody that touches his experience.
Yeah,
There's
that's right.
nobody in this mix.
Yeah.
So if we got a shot at him, he would be the one, of the coaches that are out there being named.
If you're him, what's attractive about Arkansas that's not there at Auburn or Florida?
Pressure.
Yeah, that's right.
Is that the bar is not here.
Yeah.
You roll in LSU, you ain't going to have long. If you roll into Florida, you're not Auburn.
Do you want a guy like that?
I don't care.
Yeah, okay.
Listen, I just know is that, hey, listen, I'm going to take this program and we're going to win.
Yeah.
And, and hey, listen.
He could make more of a splash probably winning at Arkansas.
No question. He could. No question. Not like I said, I like the crazy out-of-the-box Gruden kind of deal. But if I had to find the best coach, you look at the record.
Yeah,
Franklin.
He's the only one you can count on.
Look at the record he did at Vandy. He was winning at Vandy before Clark Lee was winning at Vandy.
Yeah.
That's what got him the job at Penn State. And he's won at Penn State. He just didn't win this year.
Yeah, normally you would get another year with his resume, but not anymore.
Yeah, what did he win last year? How many games? 11? 12?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? We'll take him. Hired.
Yeah, that's I think this fan base outside of wins needs a new coach here sometime.
Yeah, and you need one thing back about Franklin. I don't care who it is. You better come in here with your hair on fire and saying all the right things, not laid back. You need to say, get out of the way, get out your wallet, get out your checkbook. I'm coming to meet you.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think Cal really set a good road plan. I remember when he came to the Rotary Club, someone asked him the benefit of coming to the Rotary Club. He said, I got 4 names I can call on.
Yeah, well, Cal gets it. Well, here's the deal. If not for John Tyson and Warren Stevens, that was a 2-way deal. It wasn't just John Tyson and Tom Mars, for that matter. Tom Mars, his attorney. That's why the whole thing, it takes, in this state, it takes a lot of people to get it done. How about, by the way, what about the attendance at Arkansas State? Did you see what Butch Jones said yesterday when he walked in and said, where are the fans?
Yeah, I think it was the students that really got him. I think there were 200 students there.
Yeah, listen, Sully, there were a lot more empty seats, and I know it was hunting season.
Yeah.
I've never seen a coach walk out and go, where are the fans? I've never seen that.
Yeah, Jack had that video.
I know, Jack Allen. Good job, Jack.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Yeah, and they're not happy over there.
Oh, my gosh.
No one likes being called out.
Is that what you think that's what it is? I don't know who's more mad. If I'm Butch Jones, I'm walking in here and saying, I'm getting out of here.
Yeah.
I'm playing for the number one team.
Yeah.
And
they actually, even though they turned it over six times, they played a heck of a game. That Jalen Rayner. I mean, he got him down to the 12-yard line.
I know. Always finds a way to come back. I know.
It would have been easier to sell that message after a win.
I know.
Anytime you're anywhere a long time and you haven't won big, it's hard.
So it's been a rough year for football. It's just UCA, Arkansas State, Razorbacks, UAPB. Now listen. Thank goodness for Harding.
That's right.
Go Harding. National champions. Let's go.
Harding just beats everybody 65-6 and
500. They've got like 5 straight games of 500 yards rushing. I like Paul Simmons, and his son played a lot more.
Yeah.
Did you see his son was playing?
That's a kid
Good.
you want to see out there.
Good.
I mean,
he knows what to do.
Yeah.
He'll earn his money. He's in the right place.
Yeah. And it's been a tough year. The one thing you can sell to a guy coming in, as opposed to after Chad Morris, is you're close. I mean, it's been a string of one-possession losses. I mean, outside of Notre Dame, it's been just a crazy year.
And the line, as you mentioned, the Oakland Sports line, thank you very much, 6.5.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a top 10 team. She was at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, we don't know who we're going to face, Nussmeier or Michael Van Buren.
Neither one of them look great.
Yeah, I think Van Buren is better than
Nussmeier. I'd rather have Nussmeier right now.
Yeah, Van Buren runs.
Tough thing is their defense.
Yeah,
they're getting out there 11:45, Sully. Nobody's drinking that. Well,
no.
They're not quite. They're not going to have the volume of people out there.
It's two teams. Theirs is more disappointing than ours. I mean, they had just huge expectations and Nussmeier has failed.
So who are they going to get if Kiffin does stay at Ole Miss? Who are they going to get?
I don't know.
So and then Summerall sounds like he's going to Auburn because his wife's from Alabama. Who's left?
Yeah.
Who are you going to get?
James Franklin, I guess.
James Franklin.
Well, LSU failed with Brian Kelly. I don't know if did
they go after Gruden?
Yeah, that'd probably be a good hire for
Could you imagine?
LSU.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
And it's just going to be interesting to see how this all washes out.
Yeah. I am so tired of coaching searches.
Yeah.
Remember, we're number one in the nation. In the last 20 years, we've done it 6 times, and there were 3 with 5, Auburn and a few others. Auburn's done it 4 times in 7 years, which is hard to believe.
Your history with these coaching searches would lead you to believe that people who say they know something know nothing.
Yep.
It's hard. I go back to that Houston Nutt coaching search, and the Democrat Gazette was reporting with Orville Henry that it was Butch Davis. Was that it?
Oh, Tommy Tuberville.
Tommy Tuberville. And you called Houston the night before. He tells you, what did he tell you?
I said, Houston, what's the word? He goes, I got it.
Yeah.
So he flew in from Boise that night and to the next day, and boy, what a we were talking today with Madre Hill and Anthony Lucas. We went from horrible to top 10 in 1 year.
That was without the transfer portal.
Same players.
Yeah,
same players.
Sterner, Lucas, Madre.
What did he write on the board? Remember what he wrote?
No.
National champions.
Did he really?
Yeah, and you know what? They came one play away from having a chance for that.
But just look at that first speech. The Lions, many Lions, Tigers, Bears, only one Razorback. Remember that first speech?
Yeah.
Yeah, Grant Garrett talked to him last week, and he said he was ready to bust through that out of the field. Yeah.
It's nice to have a coach. I was under Lou Holtz. Lou Holtz gave a great pep talk, and Ken Hatfield did too. Not as much as Lou. Lou was, but those guys who know how to push the buttons, man, get on you. Either one.
Yeah, that was one of the great runs when you talk '98 when they hammered Alabama, had Tennessee beaten, and you don't know what happens if they beat Tennessee. You don't know what happens the next week at Mississippi State. That was probably as close to a national championship.
Oh no. Extra credit, besides Madre Hill that year in 98, who's the other running back? Go. 3, 2,
I don't
1.
know.
CC.
CC.
Weird last name. Played at OBU a little bit, or Henderson.
I haven't.
Chris Chikuma.
Yes. Wow. He was a good back.
He was. So it was him and Madre that were playing.
Yeah, I had to be reminded that Madre was part of that team.
Yeah, Madre had about 600 yards, 7 touchdowns, and then, of course, Lucas had 23 yards a catch. He was.
Hey, credit to Madre that he had that horrible knee surgery.
I wonder how good he could have been. He set the school record in 95.
Yeah, you look back at those highlights. You ran some today. His speed was next level. He had He had McFadden's speed.
He had 1,300 yards in 95. Never got a chance really to touch that again.
Yeah, he was one of the greatest high school backs in Arkansas. If you go Shabazz and McFadden are, I think, the best. And then Madre.
He's right there. Yeah, his speed. Yeah, he for the combine he runs a 4.5, but he was a 4.3 guy.
You look at your great Razorbacks, and he pointed that out today. They're homegrown guys.
He said you win with Matt Jones, me, Darren McFadden.
Yeah,
just to name a few.
Those are the guys that got you the SEC championships.
Yeah. You got to have both.
That's right.
But what they're missing, they don't have as many. Top 5 recruits in Arkansas are going out of state.
Yeah,
because they're getting paid more. That's what they're getting paid. That's what's happening. Apparently, I don't know. Maybe
and then
not.
You're getting some of your. This has turned into a basketball state. So you get J.J. Andrews, who's the son of Sean Andrews, who would probably be a great football player. Yeah. But he's a high caliber basketball player. Where it's it's a lot more fun playing basketball in the summer than going through off-season football.
You make a call on who's the coach?
I have no idea.
I did too. I have no clue. If people ask me, I have absolutely no clue.
It's the fact that no one's made a move makes it harder to predict who's going to be at Arkansas. And I think, if you're Bobby Petrino and you're looking out there, you're probably thinking, if you're getting no information from the outside, things look pretty good for me, because they could be at the same spot they were at with Sam Pittman, that they have to find a guy who, maybe pleases the fan base. They can't find a guy that's, has the credentials that we want.
Yeah. It's a tricky deal. Everybody tries to find the right coach. So you look around the league. Gosh, there've been a lot of failures. The Jimbo Fishers of the world.
Napier. You thought Napier was going to be.
Hugh Freeze.
Hey,
Napier.
Look at Norvell. I mean,
Brian Kelly.
He thought
Norvell.
He was
Norvell may get fired here before it's all said and done.
Yeah, and then you look at Brett Venables is struggling. He's up and down in Oklahoma.
Dabo.
Yeah. I don't think I want Dabo.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And how about Joey McGuire?
Yeah.
Because he's got a booster that's cut $7 million for the defensive line.
And is he talking the talk? That guy?
I like him. He's a good guy, but the reason they're good because they're paying their defensive line got $7 million.
Yeah, but this is what you did with the new system: you're allowing teams to buy their way in. They went to
good job, college leaders. Well done.
They went to the College World Series final because he paid a pitcher $1 million.
I know he did. The ongoing rate was $300,000. He goes, I might as well. I'm just going to make her a millionaire. Okay, great. This is what we plan. Way to go. We'll see how this works out in about 5 years.
We need one coach who can get one of those Waltons mobilized.
Yeah, I just say this is the way the game is.
Yeah, but that's and that's why Arkansas, I think, or the leaders, Yurchek and everything, were so excited at first because they thought they could get a lot of dumb money, just money that was out there from people.
Yeah.
But that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, if there was rules and regs between how much you could pay, that's one thing. Right now, there's still no rules and regs. There's still
they're talking about we got to raise this much above the revenue sharing money. Let
me tell you where all this started, Sully. I remember watching it vividly back in the 1990s when I was doing the Broyles Award. These assistant coaches were making $150,000 a year.
You were giving them golf clubs and everything.
We were giving them money because they wanted because they needed and all of a sudden I started watching.
They started making $1 million,
and then the head coaches started making $4 million and $5 million and $6 million, and every year it was $7 million. I was going, and then they were getting paid more than NFL coaches. Said, just because the college game is making that much money, you could pay these guys $50 million. Is that what you're going to do? And that's what they just kept doing until finally people in Congress goes, wait a minute now, you goofballs that making all the money, all you ADs and all you coaches and all you staff and not paying the players, not going to do it anymore. And NCAA, they were greedy. No, we're going to make all the money ourselves. And you know what? Now we're in the position, all the courts are going, let the players make all the money they want to. It's because, and Spurrier was one of the guys who originally said, I want to give some of my money to the players.
Yeah.
I'm making too much money.
Yeah.
Let's spread it around. We're all making the money, but we didn't have enough coaches to do that. And then the coaches couldn't say anything to go, we're worried about this, because they all look like hypocrites because they're making $8 million a year. So players make all the money you want to. And then,
and you had to know once they open the door that it's done.
So we'll see what happens.
And you can put limits on it, but they're going to spend. I mean, there's no rules against. Hey, he's coming out and saying the Texas Tech coach went on X or Twitter or whatever and said, if you wanted to be a defensive lineman or offensive lineman, you want to be treated in a first class way, you come look at Texas Tech.
Yeah. How about the quarterback from Miami? What pay? $4 million a year?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good job. Good job over there. Let's see where they wind up. They should have a contract if you don't take them to the playoffs. Give me money back. Yeah, I know.
They don't want those contracts.
Yeah, they don't. Of course they won't. Give them stupid money, play money for. Let me tell you, Sully. Half these guys that are playing aren't good enough to be there. I played there. I played in the game. I lined up next to guys. A lot of guys I played against were really good, and some were very average. And just because you play on a college team where this college apparatus is making all these hundreds of millions, we should pay somebody $100,000 to play linebacker, and you're terrible?
I think $100,000 is low.
Sure. It's probably $200,000-$300,000. These guys, listen, you're not good enough to even be on the field, but because the system is there, you get that much money. It's crazy. I mean, I watch some of these players, and I'm like, these guys are terrible, and they get paid.
Hey,
you think of the people in Arkansas that are fighting to make a living, and these jokers are horrible. They're getting paid $200,000-$300,000.
The only time that changes, if they start listing when the guy goes out in the field, 6'2", 200 pounds, a senior, making $400,000 a year.
Yeah.
People start seeing how ridiculous it is.
Could you imagine what would happen if people found out?
Yeah. I'm not going to tell me the university, it was a guy at the university, we're up there doing a special, whatever, and he says, you would not want to shoot our parking lot.
Yeah.
He said, it's ridiculous. Just like the vehicles.
If people knew what they were getting paid.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, and a lot of it is not going to, a lot of them are treating like lottery winners. They're spending their money.
Yeah.
Buying cars, houses.
Don't blame them.
And listen, KJ Jefferson was, taking care of his family.
Listen, I am glad some of the players are getting paid. I don't mind that. I don't. But it's the excess that we're playing, the levels that we're paying. It's gone beyond. For example, just because a business is making $1 billion, we got to play all the staff. $1 million. That's the way it works. No, you don't have to do it that way.
Head of Sinclair isn't sharing with all his.
That's right. That's right. I think there's a measure. Yeah, they're not.
Yeah, he's doing well. He's treating us well. But
there should be a scale, but we'll see how that works out. But it's interesting.
Yeah, but I don't see it changing. I mean, it's hard. How do you put restrictions on?
Well, they've made a step with the transfer portal. That's better. Yeah. One transfer portal.
Yeah.
And then so that's a big step. And so we'll see about.
Has that been passed yet?
Yeah, I think it has. I think it's a done deal. So I think they got one transfer portal coming up. That's a big help. So. And we'll see after that.
Yeah, they were going over the schools for Nick Pringle. And he's been to 5 schools.
Yeah, well, I'm glad Cal came out and said what he said. Cal came out and just
the silliness of being able to transfer every year.
So here's my thing, Sully. I think that if the University of Athletic Razorbacks or Alabama, they're getting paid $40 million whatever, $20 million whatever, I think some of the money should go to the university.
Yeah.
The reason the system works is because it's set in a university system. Take this thing out of Fayetteville. Take it out of Conway and stick it out there in the neighborhoods. Let's see how it does. It works because it's in an education-based, even though the system has failed.
Hey, so when do athletic programs start to suffer with all the money being raised for athletic programs that used to go to facilities?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you still got people on the other side, on the education side, raising money, but it's, a small state like Arkansas, man, it's tough. It is tough. Small state like we have. I know we got a lot of wealthy people, but how much do you want? How much we're going to pay here? Give me an end game.
Yeah.
I mean, how much are we going to have $100 million budget for our college football team?
Yeah.
Is that what we're going to do?
Well, some of those guys want to invest their money wisely. Look at Bud Walton. He saw what success Nolan had.
Yeah.
He said, I'm going to build you a new arena.
Yeah.
And look what happened.
Yeah.
I mean, he had seen the success. He wasn't just dumping money into some pipe dream.
Right.
Yeah.
And again, I don't mind paying.
And then John Tyson, I mean, he wants to win a national title at Arkansas, and he saw a rare opportunity to get a guy that could do it.
Again, I don't mind paying somebody, but there's got to be some kind of, even the NFL. The NFL, the greatest league on the planet, has a plan, has a measurable plan to manage this.
Yeah, they have a salary cap.
Yeah, we don't have. You can tell me the greatest sports program in the planet has a plan, and we don't.
If you can have a salary cap in pro football, why can't you have one in college?
Yeah, they must. They've got to do that, and there's things that you have to do to be able to do that. This thing will be a failure until it does that, Sully.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a failure. That's why John Gruden says, been there, done that. Listen, this is silly. That's why Lane Kiffin's the best. Lane Kiffin said, this is stupid. I've been in the NFL. This is stupid what we're doing.
What would be
nobody
the
listens.
best and worst thing for college football?
What?
See Texas Tech have a lot of success.
Well, that's what's happening.
In the playoff.
Well, they got a billionaire. He can keep buying players. That's if they listen. That's what the rules are. It's sort of what it used to be, but now you just do it in public. Remember, you used to.
The whole idea was to keep the agents away from the game. Now they have college players with agents.
Oh, a ton of them. Yeah.
Yeah, money ruins everything.
Yeah. We were joking with Lucas and Madre about they would have made money, and we all would have made money. But you know what? I like what we did.
Yeah,
I liked it.
They played during the times when the local car dealer would give your star player a car.
Sure.
Not
me. But that's okay.
Not in Panama City.
I tell you, I didn't get anything. No. I think somebody's.
You didn't have anybody like Teeter
or something.
Panama City.
No, I didn't have anybody. Listen, I played for the state of Arkansas. That's what I did.
I heard that today at the Touchdown Club. All right, who's Touchdown Club next week?
Mac Brown.
Oh,
yeah, we'll have the Ken Hatfield Sportsmanship Award.
Does Mac Brown want to come back and coach?
He's done. He's out of it. He's had enough. So.
All right. Well, you were fired up today.
Yeah. Listen, I'm fatigued, fired up. I made the comment today. We got to go get our trophies back, Sully. The 75 years of trophies are stuck in a storage unit up in Rogers. And the late Dean Weber asked me, said, they've sort of wiped away the memories of everything that happened before 2000. So I just said today, Chancellor. We're coming to get those trophies. We're going to find those trophies. I'm going to find the people. We're going to put them in Maine. We're going to put them in a barbecue restaurant. We're going to put them somewhere, get them out of storage, and so let's start remembering.
And we need to get the boot back.
Boy, it'd be nice to get that, but we hadn't seen that in a while.
No, this is a good year to get it.
Yeah, it is. I think so too. But LSU doesn't care. How nice would that be?
It'd be great to see Bobby get a win too.
Yeah, Bobby's won that boot before.
Yeah, twice.
That's right.
Yeah, that's two memorable wins. I mean, if anybody could appreciate, the boot, it's Bobby Petrino, because how many games has he won on the last play? Basically, the last play. Casey Dick to London Crawford.
You have nothing to lose. Throw the kitchen sink out.
Hey, would we remember those two players without that play?
I know.
And then the we didn't come to paint play. We've tried it a few times now this year. It hadn't worked.
Mallet to Joe Adams.
Yeah, I think it helped having Mallet and Joe Adams. Sometimes it's...
And they practiced that play all year.
Yeah.
Great story there.
Yeah, great thing at halftime of Patriots game yesterday. Mike Vrabel, they interviewed him, and it was the last play of the half. And Drake May threw this incredible pass to Stephon Diggs. And they asked Vrabel about it. He said, sometimes it's the players, not the play. And those are our two best players.
Yeah, that's it.
And you look back and you look at Mallet and Adams. And they're working on the Honey Badger. They weren't just two average players.
No, they were not.
Yeah, who made that play.
Great call, great play, great execution.
Yeah, that's why people want Bobby. They have such great memories, that they want that to happen again. They know he did it, and they're holding on to that.
Yeah. So we shall see.
All right.
Soap opera turns.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, go Hogs.
And hopefully you get to run out there and celebrate with the boot there on.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah, I'll be down there
at about 2:30 on Saturday.
Listen, I'm going Thursday. Thanks to Oaklawn Sports, we're going to go there and sort of catch up a little of the town.
See if you can find the boot.
yes. It's a door stopper. I think is what it is. So.
The new coach seems a lot nicer. He'd probably show you the boot.
Yeah, Frank Wilson. I like him.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in for this edition of the Hog Central Podcast. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the Hog Central Podcast. New episodes drop Tuesday on YouTube, or listen on the go. Find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and every major podcast platform.